I just don't like what you're saying.
Sorry, Your Honor.
I ended up going to law school at Georgetown, and I was a prosecutor for Janet Reno. I loved it because it was so raw. Were you cheating on her?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
All rise.
Our show will be a mixture of education, I think you're misreading the law a little bit, and entertainment. My main goal is justice and the law. That's been my legacy, and the legacy I hope to continue into the future with the show.
Wow.
Mariah Delgado claims she paid the defendant to hold her place in line for an exclusive sneaker drop, but he sold her spot to someone else. Corey Watkins says the line started moving before the plaintiff showed up to take his place.
Okay, Mariah Delgado, you're suing Corey Watkins for $250 that you feel he owes you and won't pay. Tell me what happened.
I paid him a $100 deposit to wait in line for me for 8 hours, and he took my deposit and then he flipped my spot for a profit of $300. So I think I'm entitled to half of that.
Wait. This is a thing? People waiting in line? Getting paid to wait in line. What was he waiting in line for?
He was waiting in line for like an exclusive sneaker drop between a client that I used to represent. They have a sneaker collaboration that was coming out. I'm an influencer. So
what's an influencer?
So I'm an influencer on social media. I do lives where.
How many followers do you have?
I have 50,000 followers. So I asked my followers if they wanted me to review this sneaker and that I would do a giveaway for the sneaker if they wanted me to do it. I had 5 million views on that video and in that live. So I was really excited about doing the giveaway, but I had to wait from like 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., which is way too long for me to be waiting.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Yeah,
so
that's
now
why
when you could find somebody to do it for you for how much? How much was the agreement between the two of you?
Did that really just happen?
$200. So he was like, oh, you pay the $100 up front as a deposit for the actual waiting in line part, and then you pay the other $100 when you arrive. So I paid him $100.
So wait, I have so many questions. All right, so have you used him before?
No, actually, I met him through a friend of mine who's also an influencer. She had paid him to wait in line for an exclusive.
Have you been in this line of work long? This line line of work?
Yeah, we're established. It's legitimate. Our business is
it's totally legitimate. Is there money in it?
That's like
Yeah. It's a lot of money in it. We do the jobs that people aren't willing to do. It's money in it.
Right. Well, I find that to usually be the case. But anyway, so you go at what time of the middle of the night to stand in line?
Around 11. So it was
11 at night?
Yeah.
To wait for a drop that was happening the next day?
Yeah.
What time was she supposed to show up?
She was supposed to be there at 6:30 a.m. That's when we were supposed to switch spots.
Wow.
And did she get there at 6:30?
No, she didn't, Your Honor.
All right. I presume you have a cell phone.
Yeah, I do.
And did she text you and say, I'm going to be late?
Well, no. I actually texted her because the line, something happened. Usually these things happen in line where rules come up. And
those pesky things, rules.
I had a wristband, and they were saying you can't swap wristbands. And they started letting people in at 6:30. So, and that's the time I'm supposed to swap. So in that situation, like knowing my client is an influencer, I just wanted to give a little bit of grace, so I waited about 20 minutes. I gave 20 minutes of time, and I had someone else begging me for my spot for $300.
How'd they know you were a line waiter? Like, how do they know you're not there for yourself?
They didn't. They were running up and down the line.
Just shouting, anybody want to sell their spot?
Exactly, and I just, I've been abandoned multiple times in line before, and
where all of a sudden then you're out $100 on your fee because they don't pay you.
Exactly.
So she's supposed to be there at 6:30, and what time did she get there?
That's wild.
6:55, around 7, closer to 7. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. Is it accurate that you weren't there at 6:30?
Well, we said around 6:30, and the doors didn't open until 7. I'm not really in the sneaker community, so I don't really know how all of that stuff works. I just thought that the doors open at 7, so I thought as long as I was there before 7, that was fine.
But what time did you tell him you'd be there?
Around 6:30.
Okay. Did she say around 6:30 or at 6:30?
I wasn't expecting
she said I agreed at 6:30. I have evidence, Your Honor, if you look at Exhibit B.
Wow.
Our text thread, it clearly shows that
really just happened?
That's the time that we agreed on.
Wow.
So I see that on July 5th, there's text between you. Okay, I'm going to get in line tonight at 10 for the 7 a.m. tomorrow drop. I'll keep you posted.
Seriously?
Perfect.
Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. I did not see that.
They just let us know the line is going to begin moving at 6:30 a.m. So you need to be here then so we can swap places. That's at 5 a.m.
That's actually
and
really
she
cool.
answers,
wow, look at that.
Great, I'll be there. So
okay, fair enough.
What happened?
Nice one. Oh,
Your
wow.
Honor,
That's better
I
than
was getting my makeup done
All right.
before
was
the event, and my makeup artist was running late, so I told her it would be fine as long as I was there before 7.
Coming up
What?
on
I wasn't
Justice for
expecting
the
that.
People.
That's interesting.
So how am I supposed to know that there's wristbands, there's scanning? I'm just thinking he's in line.
Wow,
I didn't know that
impressive.
he was
Well, if you're
5
half an
people
hour
in
late,
line.
what's going to, and the line is moving, what is he supposed to do?
That's
And
crazy.
later,
What is she doing wrong?
Okay,
Is she
I see
not
where
allowed
this
to
is
have a
going.
compost there? Is that against the regulations in your community or something?
I mean, it's not against anything. It's just
Wait a second.
causing the death of
Seriously?
animals.
if you'll be in the Los
did not
Angeles
see that.
area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
That's impressive. Okay. Oh, that's actually.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian.
Okay, fair enough.
We're back with the case of Mariah Delgado, who was suing Corey Watkins for conversion.
That was good. Wow.
Did you say any of that to him at 5 in the morning when the rules were changing? And
Well, he didn't say the rules were changing.
no, he did. He said they
What?
just let
I
us
wasn't
know at
expecting
5 in the
that.
morning. He
That's
texts you and says they just let us know the line is going to begin moving
No
at
way.
6:30.
Wow,
so you need
that's
to be
actually
here
impressive.
then so we can swap
Hold on.
places. Great,
Did that
I'll
really
be
just
there.
happen?
Is your answer, right?
Right,
crazy.
but
Okay. And
Wow.
so at
Okay,
6:30
I see
on the
where this
dot, he
is
says the
going.
line is moving. Where are you? They've
That's
got these
smart.
new rules. If you aren't here, they may not let you in. To which you respond,
Seriously?
almost there.
Wow. Okay.
And
I
then
did not
at
see that
6:51,
coming. That's
he
wild.
says, sorry, I tried.
that's
And
good.
then you say
Nice.
WTF.
Wow.
Okay.
impressive.
So what time did you get there?
I got there at 6:54.
That's actually really cool.
Somebody was running up and
Wow,
down
look at
trying to
that.
get a spot.
Interesting.
That somebody offered you
Okay,
how
fair
much?
enough.
They offered me $300.
So right now you got her 100 and they're
better than
300.
Right.
So you made 400.
All right.
Exactly.
She wants her $100 back because
enjoyed that.
she doesn't think you should have sold your spot. And then on top of that, she wants half of your bounty
What?
on the
I
selling
wasn't
of the
expecting
spot.
that.
And
That's
that to
interesting.
me just doesn't make any sense because I waited.
way.
I spent the time out
that's
there in the
actually
cold
impressive.
with the
Hold on.
crazy people,
that really just
agitation,
happen?
people asking me questions.
You still turned a
Hold on.
profit.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Me
Okay, I see
standing
where
in
this
that
is going.
line, I already put the time in.
That's
Right,
So
but
that
the time in, and if she had done everything right, you should be getting $200.
Seriously?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So-
but
I did
instead of that, you got $400.
I tried. I gave some grace. I did. I did. I gave grace. Usually
He did give grace. He gave you a 20-minute window, and you still weren't there. And
actually really
and you're
cool.
saying things like, "I'm almost
Wow,
there.
look at
I'm
that.
almost there." Instead of, "Listen, I'm not going to get there till
Okay, fair
7."
enough.
But listen, in Exhibit A, you can see, Your Honor, that the deposit is for a spot hold, not a spot sold.
Yes, I've got it. Okay. However, I can also see, based on your text, that you're
Wait,
supposed to be there at
what?
6:30,
I
and you
wasn't
know it.
expecting that. That's
You know it. You know that at 5 o'clock.
I didn't
So
know.
your makeup artist is
No
late,
way.
and God forbid the
Wow,
makeup
that's
not be
actually
perfect.
impressive.
So you
Hold on.
want to wait for your
Did that
makeup
really just
artist.
happen?
But perhaps you should have had the makeup
That's
artist meet
crazy.
you in the line if
Wow.
that was going to put
Okay,
you
I
half
see
an
where this
hour
is
late.
going.
You want me to find that he
that's smart.
breached. The only way you get a penny back is if he breached. You understand
Wait a
that,
second.
right?
Right.
Seriously?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, not even the
did
first
not see that
100.
coming.
For you to
That's
get
wild.
it back, he has to have breached the contract. So tell me what he did to
Wow.
breach the contract when he
That's
gave you
impressive.
20 minutes
Okay.
after the time you're supposed to be there, and you're still not
That's
there,
actually
and you're
really
not
cool.
honest about it and saying,
look at that.
I'm going to get there.
Okay,
I'm going to
fair
get there at 7. You're still saying, almost there, almost there.
That's better than I
And
expected.
he's got like a window of what to sell
That
it
was good.
before he ends up eating $100
enjoyed that.
because you don't show up there,
Let's see.
and you might not pay him the other 100 because he can't give you his wristband. When she
Wait.
hired you, what time
What?
did she say
I
she'd
wasn't
be there?
expecting
she
that.
said
That's
she'd be there.
interesting.
She
Okay.
said she'd be there.
No way.
7.
Wow, that's
like
actually
7.
impressive.
We 6:37-ish. That's where we were
that
So,
really
playing.
so when she says ish, she was right.
Yeah.
That's what you. And then you text her at 5
Okay,
and you
I see
tell
where
her,
this is
hey,
going.
the rules of the game have changed. These people have changed the rules. They're starting to move the line at 6:30.
Interesting.
And it's not that she misses that
Seriously?
notice.
Wow.
She
Okay. I
catches
did
that
not see
notice
that
and
coming.
says,
That's wild.
okay, great, I'll be there.
That's good.
And
Nice.
if you check out Exhibit
That's
B,
impressive.
that's
Okay.
them letting me know about
That's actually really cool.
the change. I did my
Wow,
due
look at
diligence.
that.
I made sure that I studied
Okay,
the
fair
company, what they were doing, how they
Nice one.
execute
Oh,
their
wow.
rules.
That's
They
better
sent
than
me
I
this text
expected.
message to let me know, and
So
I
the
just
company's saying,
good.
good morning, thank you so much for your dedication. We know you're excited about the drop. To keep things orderly and efficient, the line
Oh,
will begin
wow.
moving at 6:30 a.m. So as
What?
soon as you
I
got
wasn't
that,
expecting that.
you
That's
texted her to tell her, and she says, I'll be
Oh.
there. And then she's
way.
not there. She's
Wow,
there 20
that's
minutes
actually
after
impressive.
that.
and honestly, if she was super,
really just happen?
And furthermore, the notice says, have your wristband
That's
ready to
crazy.
scan. After wristbands
Wow.
are scanned, they are
Okay, I see where this is
non-transferable.
going.
You cannot give your
that's
wristband
smart.
or your spot in line to anyone else.
Interesting.
So how am I supposed to know that there's
Seriously?
wristbands, they're
Wow.
scanning?
Okay.
I'm just thinking he's
I did
in
not see that
line.
part.
I didn't know
That's
that he was.
Well, if you're
five
half an
people
hour
in
late,
line.
what's gonna and the line is moving? What is he supposed to do?
That's
I
impressive.
don't know, like stall, talk to the people, say, hey, I'm actually holding. I don't
That's
know
actually
that you
really
can't
cool.
like switch spots
Wow,
with
look
people
at
and
that.
stuff like that. I just wanted him to wait in line for me.
fair
His exact phrase to you was, "They just let us know the line is going to
better than
begin
I
moving at
That
6."
was an hour and a half.
I'm sorry. Did I
That was
breathe and
good.
give you the impression I was done?
I'm sorry.
They just let us know the line is going to begin moving at 6:30
wow.
a.m. So you
Wait,
need to be here then
what?
so we
I
can
wasn't
swap
expecting that. That's
places.
interesting.
Great, I'll be there. And then at
Okay.
6:30, the line
No
is
way.
moving. Where are you?
Wow,
They've got
that's
these
actually
new rules.
impressive.
If you aren't here, they
Hold
may
on.
not let you in.
Did that really
To
just
which
happen?
you respond, not, "I'll be there in half an hour. My
That's
makeup
crazy.
artist was late."
Wow.
To which you
Okay,
respond
I see where
instead,
this is going.
"Almost there." Then he waits.
smart.
This is the grace. He waits
Interesting.
until
Wait a second.
21 minutes later.
Seriously? Wow.
And
Okay.
at some point,
I
he's
did
got to
not see
mitigate
that
his own
part.
damages
That's
because
wild.
you're not showing up when you said you would.
That's good.
At 5.
Nice.
You said you show up
Wow.
there at 6:30.
That's
You're not
impressive.
showing up
Okay.
almost there at 6:30. You say almost there,
actually
but
really
a full other 20
Wow,
minutes
look at
pass.
that.
You know, he's giving you notice on it, and you're
Okay,
like, it's not
fair
going to be a
enough.
problem. I'm going to be there at 6:30, and then you don't.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
know?
better than I
No.
expected.
I find in favor of the defendant in this case.
That was good.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
Wait. What? I wasn't
I'm
expecting
standing on
that.
business.
Yeah, SOB for sure.
Coming up,
First of all, when they first got
that's
there
actually
about the trash cans and how to use a bungee cord, and
really
then
just
a
happen?
couple months ago I talked to her about the composting and how it was drawing in all those animals.
And what did
Okay,
she
I see
say
where
when you
this is
told her
going.
that?
She didn't even really listen to me. She didn't care.
Interesting. Wait a second. Seriously?
you're watching Emmy-nominated
did not see
Justice
that
for the People
That's
with
wild.
Judge Milian. Diana Rogers claims her neighbor's composting attracted raccoons that killed her cat. Heather Ruiz says the composting is legal and the
Wow,
plaintiff
look
should
at
keep her cat indoors if the raccoons pose a danger.
Okay, Ms. Rogers, you are suing your neighbor, Ms. Ruiz, for $6,707 in emotional distress at her hands. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
wow.
This person right
Wait,
here is responsible
what?
for the
I
death
wasn't
of my
expecting
cat
that. That's
Nellie.
So what happened?
Well, she moved in about a year ago, and
Wow,
it was
that's
just
actually
downhill
impressive.
from there. Loud
Hold on.
music. They didn't know how to
that really
cover their
just
trash
happen?
cans up, and it started attracting all
That's
these
crazy.
animals. And then
Okay.
to make
Wow.
matters worse, Your
Okay, I
Honor,
see
they
where this
added
is
a
going.
garden, and she did a compost.
that's smart.
So now there's just all kinds of food there attracting even
Wait a
more
second.
wildlife. It's
Seriously?
worse than ever.
Wow.
What is she doing wrong?
I did not see
Is
that
she not
coming.
allowed to have a
That's
compost
wild.
there? Is that against the regulations in your community or something?
I mean, it's not against anything. It's
That's
just
impressive.
causing the death of
Okay.
animals.
Tell me what happened with your
That's
cat.
actually really cool.
So my cat
Wow, look at that.
used to be able to go out for 20 or 30 minutes at
fair
a time
enough.
when I'd get home from work and come right back. And this
wow.
particular
That's better
night,
than
I had stepped out about 8 o'clock
All
to
right.
pick up a package,
good.
and
Wow.
the cat snuck out. And like usual, I thought, well, she'll just need 20 or 30 minutes. And I called her,
Oh, wow.
nothing. And then I
Wait,
fell off,
what?
took a
I wasn't
nap,
expecting
and I woke
that.
up
That's
to
interesting.
screaming and yelling.
Okay.
The worst
Oh.
sound I have
No way.
ever heard.
Wow, that's actually
And
impressive.
it was my cat
Hold on.
Nellie out in the yard.
that
She
really
had been
just happen?
attacked by raccoons.
Had you
That's
ever
crazy.
called the city
Wow.
to
Okay, I see where this is
discuss
going.
the situation?
Nice. That's smart.
No, I didn't call the city. I thought if I had conversations with my neighbor, she'd do the right
So
thing.
what kind of conversations did you have
did
with
not
her?
see
You
that
can't
coming. That's
garden?
wild.
You can't compost? What did you say to her?
I asked her, first of all, when they first got there
impressive.
about the trash cans and how to use a bungee cord. And then a couple months
That's
ago, I
actually
talked to her
really
about the composting and
Wow,
how it was
look at
drawing
that.
in all those animals.
And what did she say when
Okay,
you
fair
told her
enough.
that?
She didn't even really listen to me. She didn't care.
Coming up,
She claims that your composting and your garden is attracting more raccoons.
There's no crime in doing a garden.
Oh, wow. Wait. What?
you're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the People with Judge Milian.
Oh.
We're back with the case of
Wow,
Diana
that's
Rogers, who blames Heather Ruiz for
that
the
really
death
just
of her cat.
That's crazy.
Ms.
Okay, I see where
Ruiz,
this
let me
is
hear
going.
from you.
Since the start, when I
that's
started,
smart.
since I moved to that neighborhood, she's been on me the whole time.
second.
No neighbors have
Seriously?
ever complained to
Wow.
me except her.
I did not see
But
that
when
coming.
she told
That's
us
wild.
about the one or twice that I
good.
forgot
Nice.
to close
Wow. That's
the trash cans, she was passive aggressive when she was trying to tell me.
actually really cool.
She wasn't communicating.
Wow.
Well, did you know that you have to do that in
Okay, fair enough.
in this particular area, or was that new to you? I'm just curious.
That was new to
better
me.
than I expected.
We live literally.
All right.
There's a lot of
That was good.
in the foothills. We
I
live a
enjoyed
lot
that.
with trees and everything.
Let's
So
see.
we're even since like the year that I moved in,
wow.
I've always seen raccoons. Raccoons,
What?
a lot of
I wasn't
wildlife
expecting
going
that.
around our
That's
house.
She claims that your composting and your garden is
Oh.
attracting more
No
raccoons.
way. Wow. that's
There's
actually
no
impressive.
crime in doing a garden.
Did that
It's
really
something
just
that
happen?
I've been excited to do my whole
That's
life,
crazy.
and I wanted to learn how to
Wow.
do it, and
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
see where
keep
this is
doing it
going.
because it's something for me personally.
that's
I'm
smart.
just on my own.
I think she's referring to the composting, which there is also no crime.
Seriously? Wow.
Composting.
Okay. I did not see that coming. That's wild.
So, Ms. Rogers, if you
that's
know
good.
that
Wow.
whatever she's doing, if you
impressive.
sense that whatever she's doing is drawing more raccoons out,
That's actually
why
really
continue to let your
Wow,
cat be
look
an
at
outdoor
that.
cat?
Interesting. Okay, fair
I
enough.
just wanted her to have the life she always had. I didn't want anything to
That's better
change
than
for
I
her.
expected.
Judge Milian's verdict when justice for the people returns.
Let's see. Oh, wow.
You're watching Emmy-nominated Justice for the
I
People.
wasn't expecting
Judge
that. That's
Milian.
interesting.
I just don't see what
Oh,
Ms. Ruiz
no way.
was doing
Wow, that's
that
actually
could
impressive.
cause her to
Hold
be
on.
financially
Did that really just
liable
happen?
to you if the things she is doing
crazy.
are things that she
Wow.
as a property
Okay, I
owner
see where this is
has
going.
the right to do.
nice.
She
That's
has a
smart.
right to garden on her property. She has a right to
Interesting.
compost on her
Wait
property.
a second. Seriously? Wow.
When
Okay.
you have, I mean,
did
there
not
there
see
are
that
some
coming.
real strict
That's
rules.
wild.
If somebody's deliberately feeding the wildlife, deliberately feeding wildlife,
impressive.
that's a violation, and you get the Fish and Wildlife people involved
That's
in
actually really
California and in most
Wow,
states.
look at
But
that.
that's not what was happening. What was happening
fair
is,
enough.
according to you, an increase in the presence of raccoons based on her gardening and
That's better than I
composting.
expected.
But gardening and composting are allowed.
That was good.
So no, I'm not going to find her liable. I'm sorry for your loss, but she's not going to be. It's not her fault, and I'm not going to order her to pay you for it. That's my verdict.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is denied.
I'm sorry for your cat, but I'm sorry, and I know what it is to feel like that. But I promise it's not my fault.